Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I'll just come over to the podcasting area.
Where are we? Who are we? What are we?
Well, welcome to Dr. Time and Space. We are in the Dr. Time and Space studios from the start of 2013.
Well, here we are. I'm Daddy Cool.
And I'm Lewis Moon.
And welcome. What do we have in store today?
Today, our main article is we'll be reviewing the latest Doctor Who episode, Time Heist.
So that'll be on our opinion slot.
Yeah, our fifth opinion. Who can believe that? And it's our sixth episode today.
It's hard to believe how far through the series we've been getting, really, isn't it? It's been zooming through.
When tonight's episode's been on, we're halfway through the series.
Yeah.
And but I think. Oh wait, well, what's tonight's episode, and what will we be doing?
Well, we'll be talking about tonight's episode as well a little bit, won't we? Giving a bit of a preview to the caretaker.
Yeah.
We'll also have news.
Another quiz or question.
Yeah, and I'll probably be about it, I would imagine.
Or a best of. What do you think should be our best of this week?
Well, we'll think about it as we go along, shall we?
Yeah.
We'll perhaps have a bit of a think. If we've got time for a best of, we'll wedge a best of in as well. But we like to sort of just go with the flow, really, don't we?
Best confusing episodes, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So, as a starting point, opinion.
So, we'll be reviewing Time Heist, which was last Saturday's episode. Now, first of all, what did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. It was good. I thought it was an exciting episode.
Yeah.
I thought there was a lot of. It was a little bit like an action movie in many respects. Very clever plot.
Yeah. Some bits were quite confusing.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say is, I enjoyed it right at the beginning.
Yeah.
From after the credits until about halfway through, I wasn't really enjoying it, but I was enjoying it. I noticed that I was quite enjoying it by the end.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning I was thinking, I'm not really enjoying this as much, but
yeah,
I think I did by the end.
What about villain-wise? I mean, obviously, we had two main villains, really, didn't we? We had the main boss, who also had a clone that ran the bank.
Madame Carabraxos.
Yeah.
And Ms. Delphox.
Played by Keely Hawes. Yeah, that's
who's Stephen Moffat. I think it was Stephen Moffat and Peter Capaldi described her as an incredible actress, and she was really good as two characters.
Yes,
Madame Carabraxos and Mrs. Delphox.
But however good she was, she couldn't beat the main monster in it, could she?
The Teller. Oh God, that's so cool.
What do you think of the Teller?
I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, it looked brilliant, didn't it? It looked probably
one of the best.
One of the best monsters I think they've ever had. Really,
it was an achievement to create the Teller.
And it was a great idea as well, wasn't it? It's the whole idea of something which could sense out your guilt, and I mean the bit when it sucked or made the man's head turn to soup.
I know, that was cool.
I mean, it was horrible though, wasn't it?
I know.
Like a flat head.
A spherical head.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It was good that. And also the other bit I really loved about that part of the episode was when the Teller was first released and he was walking. He was walking with that sort of chain attached to him. He actually. They played this sort of like spaghetti western type music.
I know.
And I really liked that.
It was like marching along.
Atmospherically, that was really, really good.
Spaghetti western type film.
Yeah. So, in the we usually talk a little bit about the actual opening sequence.
Yeah, you ask some questions.
I do, yeah. So I'll be doing the same again. So, opening sequence, what did you make of it?
I thought it was a great opening sequence. One of my favourite scenes in the actual episode.
Yeah.
Because I liked the bit when they just heard when Sai, I think it was, asked the doctor, "Who are you?" And then it just went through all of their names, and it went, "I have owed my mind to the memory worm," or something.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? I actually liked the bit before that, though.
Yeah.
I liked the bit when the doctor was trying to persuade Clara to come with him, and then the phone rang and he answered it, and then all of a sudden they sort of go, "Whoa!" and then there comes something completely different.
Yeah, the Bank of Carabraxos with a memory worm instead of a phone.
Yeah, that bit was fantastic. I thought.
Yeah, that was
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What other things did you like about the
opening? Clara was good.
Yeah. I also the beginning when you saw the vortex, it was quite clever because I thought it was the opening sequence coming at first, like Rose did.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was really like a tumble dryer.
Yeah, that's right.
Swirling around. And the last few episodes have started with the Doctor. From Robot of Sherwood, they have started with the Doctor, and they've been a bit shorter, the openings, than the first two, because the first two didn't start with the Doctor, and they were longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think just sort of moving away from the opening to more of a general sort of thought about the episode in itself. As with all of this series so far, I felt it was a really good pace. I didn't feel it was rushed again. And as you know, virtually every podcast I've said that I found the one-off stories to be rushed. And I haven't found that with any of this series at all.
I found it a bit with Into Dalek. This is the second most rushed in the series. Yeah, but I wouldn't say it was rushed. But I'd say if I had to say about the most rushed episode in the series, I'd have to say Into the Dalek was first and this was second.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was rushed that much.
So the next question, what did you make of the other characters in it?
What, Sai and Saber?
Yeah.
I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
They were good characters. Their powers were good, shapeshift and cyber sort of stuff.
I like the fact that both of them were there for a reason. They were both wanted something out of the bank.
Yeah.
And in both cases, I mean, I can't remember the names of them now. Sai wanted his memory back because he'd wiped his memory with all the with his family and everything. Yeah. And what was the other one called?
Saber.
She wanted to basically something which took away that shape-shifting power that she had and reduced it so that every time she touched somebody, she didn't turn into them. Which, incidentally, is a bit like the Midas story, really. It's great in principle. If you could touch everything and it turned to gold, it'd be fantastic. But then soon it would probably get quite depressing where you'd go to eat that chocolate eclair and it would turn to gold.
I wouldn't eat a chocolate eclair because I don't like them. They're too chewy.
Yeah.
I think.
I wasn't thinking of moving away a little bit. I was thinking of the cream cakes.
Oh, I love cream cakes.
Yeah.
I love the cream cake eclairs. I don't like the Cadbury's like eclairs because they're a bit too chewy. But I've never tried the eclairs velvet. That was just a little detour away.
A little aside.
Detour away.
So I thought they were really good characters as well.
Yeah, I thought. Now, at one point, you said you thought they died. But I didn't. I thought it looked like a teleport beam.
Did you?
Yeah, when they reportedly died.
Yeah.
I did think it looked like a teleport, a vortex manipulator. I thought it looked like when they travelled away, because I just thought it looked like I recognised it from somewhere, but I knew they hadn't died. But if they did die, I knew they'd end up in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they had died, and I thought they were going to end up in heaven. And I was thinking, oh, how strange, they haven't.
I thought originally they were.
Yeah. What about then? Other questions. What do we normally ask? What did you make of Peter Capaldi in this one?
Good. A Peter Capaldi episode.
Yeah.
I thought he was great. One of his strongest performances yet. Just out of interest, out of the 5 so far, what do you think? Which episode do you think Peter Capaldi gave his best performance?
I think it's probably a toss-up between Listen and Time Heist. I think Time Heist was probably the first episode in the series where he's been the clever, commanding one and not Clara. Because probably with all of them so far, in many respects, she's been the boss, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's been the one that saved the day in many ways.
She always is.
Yeah.
How about Jenna Coleman? Which episode do you think her performance was best?
I think probably Listen.
Yeah. Probably Listen still.
Yeah.
This one, she was really good.
Yeah.
But she wasn't as good as in Listen.
What do you make of the ending? Because there's something that is very noticeable, I think, about the ending.
Yeah.
The whole thing where, well, as we know, we always warn within the video file that there may be spoilers for people that haven't seen the episode, but they should have watched it by now because it was 6 days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, almost a week.
Yeah. So the ending, we turned out that the Doctor was searching for the other of the Tellers species.
Yeah.
And that was really what was keeping the Teller there under the command of the evil witch. The ending, when it showed them sort of running off into the beautiful landscape of the alien planet, was very, very, very similar to Hyde from the last series.
I know. I was thinking that when it ended. I thought it was like the end of Hyde, and lots of people have said that.
Yeah, I mean, it's possibly done better than Hyde.
Yeah.
It did surprise me in many respects, that, because it's quite soon after to have had effectively the same ending, but that's the sort of thing the Doctor would do, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so it didn't really matter. It didn't take away anything from the episode.
No.
It was a nice ending.
Yeah, it was nice. And sometimes you need a touch of niceness.
Oh.
Even from Peter Capaldi's Doctor.
You do. I think he's great, Capaldi's Doctor, though, because he's ruthless, but he's funny.
Yeah.
And he's kind, really.
Yeah.
But you certainly don't know which way he's going to turn.
I think by the end of this, well, definitely by Kill the Moon, I think there'll be something we'll know about this particular Doctor. Maybe we find out who Missy is sooner than we think.
Yeah. What about in terms of the story arc? Did we learn anything new?
Like, listen, last week we were chatting about story arc so far, what things have linked him with the story arc. There was nothing with Listen, and there's nothing again with Time Heist, I don't think.
I don't believe there's certainly nothing that explained anything more on the Missy story, was there?
This week was a standalone, I think. Last week, I think it had a tiny bit of the story arc, because some of the story arc is Danny Pink's story.
There is that, yeah.
And so they had that last week, but this one's even more standalone. Listen was quite standalone. Robot of Sherwood was a big standalone.
I guess what it did have within this one was she was still preparing for that next date, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So it sort of linked in with this overarching story, but there was nothing really. There was certainly nothing around the Missy story, was there? I mean, even Robot of Sherwood had the Promised Land identified within it, didn't it?
They've mentioned and seen Danny Pink seen Danny Pink in every episode of the series.
Yeah.
Deep breaths, she said, I don't have a boyfriend yet. Into the Dalek, we got to meet Danny Pink for the first time.
Yeah.
Robot of Sherwood, I forgot what I was going to say. Something about Danny Pink.
Yeah.
There was
he actually in it? That one he wasn't, was
No.
he? No.
Listen, we got to see a bit more of his story, and Time Heist, we got to see him a little bit.
Yeah.
And the date and stuff. So it is an overarching sort of story.
What do you think? I mean, looking at the reviews afterwards, particularly in terms of the Doctor Who fans' reviews, seemed to be very positively received, didn't it?
Yeah, most of them. I didn't actually see any of them which said that it was really bad.
No, indeed. And I think most people seem. There's a few people who said, "Oh, I don't like this series," but I don't know where they're coming from. The vast majority seem to think it's the best series that we've had for some years, I think.
Yeah, I think it is. I think they've got some of the best episodes they've ever done.
Yeah.
Maybe the best episodes they've ever done.
Yeah.
And then I think that will be a carry-on throughout the series. I think every episode in the series will have something to it. As Deep Breath is one of my favourite episodes ever.
Yeah.
Into the Dalek is one of my favourite Dalek episodes.
Yeah.
Robot of Sherwood is my favourite Mark Gatiss episode.
Mm-hmm.
Listen is another one of my favourite episodes.
Yeah.
And Time Heist is my favourite Steve Thompson episode.
Yeah. What about then favourite moment from Time Heist?
Favourite scene? You mean?
Yeah.
Maybe the opening scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with before the open credits. Maybe.
They have been some really strong opening scenes in the series.
Yeah.
I think my favourite scene is probably the one I mentioned earlier with the as they're leading the teller down, there's like no talking, just music, and then when they mount the guy's head, I thought that bit was really, really good. Yeah. Worst scene. What's the worst thing about the episode?
Worst thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some of it didn't make sense. For once.
You don't think? I thought it did all make sense.
Not all of it.
Yeah. Do you think it was one where there was bits of it that were quite complicated for children?
You need to watch it again, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it I understood.
Yeah.
There were very rare bits which I didn't understand. Very rare bits, like most of the episodes. There's only like one piece I don't understand.
The only thing I'm not sure, I know there probably is a logical reason, but why didn't the Doctor just appear in the TARDIS straight away on his own?
Yeah.
There must have been a reason. I'm sure there was a reason. I'm sure I worked out what it was, but it was just popped in my head now, and I can't remember. But I've only watched it once. But. What about then? I'm trying to think what the other question. Another question I was going to ask you about Time Heist. What, in terms of the ratings so far for the series, where does it sit for you?
Well, on my website you can see the full list, but I'm just going to try and remember them now.
Okay.
So, in the full list, it was on there with the ratings of all the episodes, the overnight, final, and Deep Breaths live +7 ratings, and my score out of 10.
So what's the score out of 10?
Well, 5th place is Robot of Sherwood with 8.4 out of 10.
Yeah.
4th place is Into the Dalek with 8.5 out of 10.
Right.
Time Heist is 3rd with 8.8 out of 10.
Okay.
Listen is 2nd with 9.4 out of 10, and 10 out of 10 is 1st with Deep Breath.
Okay. I agree most of yours. I still would have Listen ahead of Deep Breath, but it's a very close thing. I think they're both very, very good bits of news. So, anything else that you'd like to comment about on Opinion this week in terms of Time Heist?
Do do you have any final comments?
No, well, just keep up the good work series, because it's been a cracking series so far.
Okay, so first of now it's time for the news.
Okay.
Now, first of all, we've got some.
We've got some. Are you looking at news at the moment?
Yeah. Sorry.
I was just thinking about that painful silence as people assume that their internet connection's gone down.
Okay, so opening line for the caretaker. This is 12 hints and teasers. There's no way out of this. We're going to die here. I think it's going to start with the Scorebox Blitzer coming round.
Oh, you think so? Yeah.
Art and emissions. The name remind you of anything?
Mm.
Danny shares something in common with the Caffreys. What about the handsome one? The one with the bow tie? I love him. Space Dad. Time Lord. Might have known. So that's the quotes.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
Mm.
Whilst we're on here, I mean, should we talk a little bit about the caretaker, or do you want to run to the news
We'll
first?
do that in a minute.
Okay.
Mummy on the Orient Express synopsis has been released.
Are you going to unleash it upon us?
Yes. The Doctor and Clara are on the most beautiful train in history, speeding among the stars in the future. But they are unaware that a deadly creature is stalking the passengers.
Mm.
Once you see the horrifying mummy, you only have 66 seconds to live. No exceptions, no reprieve. As the Doctor races against the clock, Clara sees him as his most deadliest and most ruthless.
Mm.
Will he work out how to defeat the mummy? Start the clock. What do you like? What do you think that one sounds like? Do you think it would be good? And what if it's good? Or why do you think it sounds good? And if it's bad, why do you think it sounds bad?
Well, immediate reaction was, I think this is going to be a Robot of Sherwood comedy type episode.
I wasn't thinking that, actually.
You weren't?
No.
Oh, I was. But having said that, once you read the synopsis, that was purely going from the title.
Yeah.
Because Mummy on the Orient Express just sounds like one of the more light-hearted ones. But actually, once you read the synopsis and you find out this whole thing about monsters that look at you and kill you in 65 seconds, was it?
66 seconds.
66 seconds. Well, that's pretty horrible, isn't it? That's pretty grim.
It's a bit of a weird timing, actually. I was thinking, why isn't it 60 seconds or 70 seconds or 90 seconds? But 66 seconds is a bit odd.
It is a bit odd. I wonder if it's exact.
Pardon?
Is it an exact 66 seconds? So I think it sounds like a good one, I think.
Yeah.
Of course, it's got Frank Skinner in it.
Frank Skinner, who's a massive Whovian. And massive Whovians give a massive performance, like Peter Capaldi, David Tennant, and lots of other people. And Stephen Moffat, of course.
Yeah.
You can have lots of people that have been fans of the show for years.
So, any more news?
Your verdict on listen and episode ranking.
Okay, what do people think?
So it's time to take a look at how you voted in our listen-themed poll last week. First of all, we asked you to give the episode score out of 10. Most people said it was a dream, and that was 48.61%.
Okay.
27.28% said it was 9 out of 10. Then 8 out of 10, then 7 out of 10, then 5 out of 10, then 6 out of 10, then 4 out of 10, then 3 out of 10, then 1 out of 10, then 2 out of 10.
Well, so most people then, by quite some ranking, really, really liked that episode, didn't they, by the sounds of it? So they didn't think it was as good as Blink, as we found out last week.
told them I was going to do a big drum
Oh, was it a big
moment.
drum one? I thought we
Oh.
talked about that last week.
No, we
Do
didn't.
we
That
now?
was in this
Oh,
poll.
I must have been we were talking about it earlier in the week.
Oh, now I can't do that anymore.
You could do a big drum roll anyway.
No, I'm not doing it anymore. So, as you can see, this is easily the highest rated episode of the series, with almost half of the voters giving 4 marks.
Yeah.
The episode has now topped Deep Breath to become the highest ranking of Series 8, with an average score of 8.9818, this is on Doc2TV, one of the probably my favourite site ever.
Yeah.
It's definitely my favourite Doc2 site.
Yeah. So, very highly rated episode. Just not as highly rated as Blink.
I'll tell you the results for Blink. But listen,
after I've ruined it.
8.918, Deep Breath 8.282, Into the Dalek 8.052, Robot of Sherwood 7.512.
So what will I be ruining next week?
Next week we'll find out how Time Heist will fare and what is your favourite Steve Thompson episode.
Okay. I think we probably know what the answer's going to be to that one already, don't we?
Yes, but we don't know because it's not been revealed yet.
Okay, but I think we could have a good guess.
Yeah.
But we won't.
No. A monster or not? Most people said 61.66% said yes. 38.34% said no.
What do you think?
No.
I don't think it is either.
School friend.
I think school friend or not friend.
Yeah.
School bully, I'd say.
School bully, yeah.
Yeah. Any more news?
Blink versus Listen face off, which you spoiled. Blink comes first with 57.55. Listen comes last with 42.45.
Who'd have guessed it?
I know, who is it?
Any more news? I haven't spoiled.
Oh, wait a minute. Graham Norton was on Peter Capaldi was on Graham Norton last night.
Oh, do you know much about it yet? Have you seen it
No,
yet?
because I haven't seen it.
I guess it was probably on quite late, was it?
Yeah, it was on like 10 o'clock or something. Series 8 ratings.
Okay.
So the ratings so far are...
This is TV ratings, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got Caretaker on there before it's been on.
Oh. So it's probably got some near zero.
It's got TBCM.
Ah, okay.
It says Deep Breath 6.8 million overnight.
Okay.
9.17 million final and 10.76 million L+7. OW 82.
What does that mean?
OW? The Audience Appreciation Index.
What about the other one that you mentioned before that? The other L.
L+7.
Yeah.
Counts those who watch live and all repeats, including iPlayer, within 7 days following broadcast.
Oh, right, okay.
Into the Dalek, 5.2 million overnight.
Yeah.
7.29 final, OW 84.
Okay.
Robot of Sherwood, 5.2 million overnight. 7.28 million final, OW 82.
Okay.
Listen, 4.8 million overnight. 7.01 million final and OW 82. Time Heist 4.93 million overnight. TBC final.
It's funny how Listen actually is probably, if I've remembered them all, it's the lowest
Yeah.
so far, and yet probably the best episode.
Yeah. Well,
It's very
not the
strange.
best.
Strange.
I know, because people thought it was going to be so scary.
Do you think that's what it was?
Yeah.
I bet if you actually did a poll of the amount of people that wet the bed that night, it would have been around 4.2 million overnight. 4.2 million wet the bed overnight after watching Listen.
So that's almost as many as watched the episode.
Yeah. Any other news?
Most of them were babies. It's just got a bit weird.
Have we got any more news, Mr. Newsman?
Just wait with it.
We got. Oh no, I'll sort that out. Yes,
That's all right.
Okay.
Okay, so next up, and finally, Face Off, the Thompson episodes. Next week we'll find out the results.
I'll be spoiling that next week.
This week in our Face Off, we're putting the 3 Steve Thompson episodes against each other. Vote for your fave in our poll below. If you want to vote for this, it's on Doctor TV.
Okay.
Now, can you remember all of Steve Thompson's episodes?
I think he's written 2 other ones.
Yeah.
So he wrote The Curse of the Black Spot.
Yeah.
And Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS.
Yeah. And Time Heist, of course.
And
What's your favourite?
Time Heist.
Yeah, mine too.
Without doubt. In fact, I think each one he's done has got slightly better.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't really rate Curse of the Black Spot that much. There's some nice ideas in it.
Yeah.
But it is quite throwaway.
Read some of the comments from people.
Okay, so these are the Time Heist comments, are they?
Well, no, your what they think is their favourite episode.
I've got nothing against Curse of the Black Spot, and Journey is one of the worst Doctor Who stories ever. I loved Time Heist, though. The next person said The Curse of the Black Spot sucked. Yeah, it sounded like it is. Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS was one of the worst episodes I've seen. Time Heist was okay, not good or bad, but I suppose that makes it the best. Got to give this to Time Heist. It wasn't amazing, but it was good. A slight cut above Curse and a marked improvement over Journey. To be honest, though, I don't think Steve Thompson has quite hit his stride with Doctor Who yet. Shame considering his work on Sherlock. 2 unbelievably dreadful episodes and a good one. I think all of his episodes were good, but going with Time Heist. I went with Time Heist. Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS is a poor episode, so that was definitely out of the running. Curse of the Black Spot and Time Heist were both decent episodes, but I feel that Time Heist was just that little bit better. And then one more. This is extremely hard. I hate the Curse of the Black Spot, adore Journey, and adore Time Heist. So it is odd because even those ones which aren't so popular, you still get the occasional person that really, really likes them. I mean, somebody said here, Journey is my favourite ever episode of New Who. Journey's
not a worst episode of New Who.
No, well, I guess it depends on how you look at it, doesn't it? Different people want different things out of their episodes. So, yeah. So that was it for the news, was it?
Yeah. Next up, the Caretaker, a bit about what we think's going to happen tonight.
Okay. What are we expecting with the Caretaker then? What's your thoughts?
I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
What do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to possibly be one of the more light-hearted episodes that we've had.
But I don't think it'll be a throwaway.
No, I don't think it'll be. No. I don't think it'll be a throwaway.
I don't think it'll be the least best. I think it'll be about 6 in my favourite episode. It's got Danny Pink.
Yeah.
The legend.
Do you think? Are we? Is it co-written again? This one?
Yeah.
So are we expecting something along the Missy lines this week?
Probably.
What do we know about it then, as a reminder? So, what do we know so far about this story?
Well, we know that the bad guy's called the Scorvox Blitzer.
Yeah.
It's a robotic creature. It's set in Coal Hill School. The Doctor becomes the new caretaker to keep the kids safe, and he has to go undercover, and Clara has to pretend she doesn't know him. And also, in this episode, the Doctor meets Danny, but also, will Danny be a regular companion? Because he's going to be in Kill the Moon, we've seen.
I wonder, is Kill the Moon the next one?
Yeah.
As well? I wonder whether what we're going to see with Kill the Moon is something that links back to the future relative.
Yeah, awesome.
Right.
I think he's going to be... Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit like... He's going to be a bit like Adam in the 9th Doctor era. He's only going to travel with him in like one story or 1 or 2 stories, and then they fall out together and they're not.
Yeah. I think. What do you think it's going to be like in terms of serious or comedic?
I think serious and comedic.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a mix of both.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
Nice mix.
Yeah.
I like those sort of episodes when there's a bit of funniness,
Yeah.
but also a bit of darkness and seriousness and scariness.
Yeah. I do think the Doctor looks really good dressed as a caretaker.
I know. He looks better with that David Tennant type clothes.
Do we think we're going to learn anything new out of this one? Or do we think it's going to be pretty standalone?
I think it's going to be pretty standalone, but I think I've got a feeling this episode will get something about Missy or the Promised Land, finally. Yeah. I want something to do with Missy and the Promised Land that will circulate a lot of mysteries, and probably in 2 podcasts' time, in 2 weeks, when we'll be talking about Kill the Moon, we'll be, because of that shock that happens, we'll be talking about it for quite a long time.
Yeah. Okay, anything else to comment about tonight's episode?
Do you have anything else?
I don't think so, no.
No.
It's going to be an interesting one, this one. I tend to like the darker, more scary ones better, and I don't know, I'm not sure this is necessarily going to be one of my favourite ones in this series, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Certainly the baddie looks cool.
Yeah, Scorebox Blitzer looks really cool. When I heard his name, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. Looks like something out of Terminator.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that's like. So in terms of on the news front, the Mr. Lewis Moon news page.
Yes, there's a new episode on today.
It's not quite out yet, is it?
No, but the Cyber War's out later on today, this evening.
Right.
And we'll be meeting we'll be knowing a bit more about the Hydrocorians, and there's an article written by our website editor who's saying that the future of the Hydrocorians, what he thinks the future will hold.
Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward for getting that one uploaded. I think it's actually possibly the best episode we've done.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There's some really good special effects. The Hydrocorians are really good.
Yeah.
I love them. As soon as I heard their voices, when I was doing the voices, when me and Daddy Cool were doing the voices for the Hydrocorians, we were astonished.
We were.
By how good the voices were.
Yeah. They sound really good, don't they? Is there any other news on the website? And what we haven't yet, we still haven't got around to doing the final episode of Professor Travers yet.
No, there's rumours that Lewis Moon might be leaving after Series 5 as showrunner.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you think that's true?
No.
It's saying that there's rumours that either Daddy Cool or Tom Jelk could become the showrunner from Series 6.
Well, you never know that Tom Jelk.
Yeah.
It could happen.
He's written some really good episodes at Isle, Episode White. He's written Reconstruction of the Daleks, and he's recently written this year. He wrote Devil of Wang Chiang.
Ooh, so there'll probably be more excitement coming from him. Are we on for our next section?
Our next section is going to be a best of section.
Okay.
So,
what's the best of?
Today we'll be looking at best most confusing episodes. After Time Heist, which had quite a lot of confusion, and after Listen, which had quite a lot of mysteries and confusion. This series we've had a lot of mysteries and confusion, and today we should be looking at our best mysteries and confusations in Doctor Who's history.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to kick off?
Yeah. The mysteries, you could go with Madame Kavarian, who was credited as the eye patch lady.
I was going to say actually that perhaps the whole of that series was that series 6? Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was all one big mystery, really, wasn't it?
Silence, and also.
Yeah.
All part of the mystery, and the message and stuff.
Yeah. Well, you could actually go pretty much the whole Moffat era, really, because they're all a big mystery, aren't they? They're all
the Matt Smith era.
Together.
You find out that by the end, the crack isn't just the Series 5 story arc. It links in with all of Matt Smith's series, and it's Matt Smith's three series story arc. Wonder if Missy will be will we find out that she's not just Series 8, she's actually the whole of Peter Capaldi type era.
Do you think if you were going to take it back to the old classic series, was there any confusing episodes there, do you think?
Not as much.
No. They have confusing words, and they make up all sorts of weird names for the consoles and stuff.
Like you have characters such as Anik and Pooh Boy and stuff like that. Yes, I did. But they have ones like Anik or something.
Yeah. What about what do you think? Is there how many episodes have you got to the end of, and when you got to the end of the show, you thought I have no idea what was happening?
Some of them.
Yeah.
Usually by the end of the story, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Probably remember when we used to do the reviews every week when I used to get the DVDs and I was watching them all, and we used to do the reviews of the episodes I've been watching in the week on the podcasts when they were on Audacity.
Yeah.
And we might do that again now because I'm watching some of mine classic eras and they're on Horror Channel.
Well, certainly it'd be good to come and do some of that possibly once we've got to the end of the series, wouldn't it? Yeah. Anything else to say about this best of?
We could do some opinions. Best of mysteries and confusations.
I'm struggling to think of them, really, because I'm so clever. I always understand them.
Mysteries. You could go for the Bad Wolf mystery in RTD's era, which was in Rose's sort of era in first and second series in Who.
I guess what you could say is that as we talked about in a couple of weeks ago, with Listen, that whole thing around whether or not there was anything in the bed or not.
Yeah, that could be a mystery.
Possibly a mystery.
Missy is a mystery, of course. Yeah. That's worth solving. We've got Clara was a mystery.
Yeah, actually, that was one of the best ones when it unfolded, wasn't it? The whole thing around the multiple Claras. That was actually a really fantastic bit, I think.
Yeah.
One of the best opening sequences of all time as well.
I know, because it had every single version of the Doctor. Mainly William Hartnell's bit was really good. Yeah. But I remember reviewing that episode, but the episode I remember reviewing the most, just to go out of subject a bit, the episode I remember reviewing the most is Dinosaurs in a Spaceship.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I clearly remember us reviewing that one on Audacity, even though it was like 2 years.
Is it?
Over 2 years ago now.
Did we just repeat the words rubbish, rubbish, rubbish lots of times?
I don't think we did, because in those days we used to go through the best bits of the episode. Yeah. So in the whole of Series 7, we used to go through the best bits.
It's not that it's rubbish anyway. There's nice bits in it, and the main villain in it was very good, but it was
Solomon.
Probably not as good as. It's probably one of the weakest since New Who.
Yeah, maybe in the whole of Who.
Yeah,
but
like
Rings of Rakuten, the second aren't usually as good, but Into the Dalek kind of was one of the best seconds.
At the moment, though, we've both said it's the second worst episode so far, even though we said it was good. So maybe it's still going to stick. Maybe that will still be the case as it has done with previous series.
Yeah,
but it's just,
I don't think it was
a lot
as
stronger a stronger series.
I don't think it was as good Into the Dalek as some of the others.
Yeah.
But I think it was. So, any other mysteries?
Not that I can think of, really. No.
Anything that you've got a bit confused of?
Probably, but I can't think of
There
it
was the
off
Big
head.
Bang, the Pandorica one, which had...
Yeah, that was quite confusing actually. Yeah, but nothing really jumps out too much on it.
No.
So, are we on to the next segment?
Yes, it is. Quiz or question.
So, you better remind everyone first of all. Hello.
Sorry.
Well, you better remind everyone first of all what the rules are of quiz or question.
So you send us some questions and we answer them. Now, a quiz is a kind of quiz question from the last few years.
Yeah. A question is our opinion on things.
Yes. So let the two rulers of the two callers begin. Quiz or question? Quiz or question?
So the first one we've got here is: do you think we'll ever see anything more of Torchwood?
Is that a quiz or a question?
I would say that's a question because we don't know. There's no answer.
Should I do a special effect?
Go on.
Irish jig effect. Question.
I don't know where that came from.
No, it was the Irish jig effect.
What do you think then? Torchwood, will we see it again?
I think that was a story arc of definitely series 2.
Yeah.
I don't think we will.
No.
Only if Torchwood comes back for a 6th series on TV.
Yeah.
I think it was 6. Yeah.
I couldn't believe how long it was running for.
I think it was 5th actually. It was 4th series, I think.
So it went on from 2006 to 2011.
Oh.
But yeah, I've never actually watched Torchwood.
No, I've never.
Seen,
but do you like John Barrowman as Captain Jack?
He's quite good as Captain Jack.
You like voicing him?
I prefer him in our Figure Adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think.
What do you think?
I don't think he will return.
Yeah. So you don't think there'll be any more?
No. Okay. Yeah, I don't think he will return. Sorry, Daddy Cool there was just asking something.
Yeah. So yeah, have you got any quiz or questions?
Yeah. First of all, it says the Sontarans after Strax. The Sontarans have grown weaker after Strax was a good guy. Do you think there will ever be a bad Sontaran again? And do you think Strax is the only good Sontaran? Is that a quiz or question first?
It's certainly a question.
What effect should I put on it?
Something short.
Okay. Something short. Question.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So, let's see. Do I think there'll ever be a good one? I would suggest. Sorry, a bad one. I don't know. I think it'd be very difficult to take them seriously now. To be honest,
because Strax
is
such a kind of funny
sort
of character.
I certainly don't think. I don't think we'll see one in Main Who. I think possibly if there's a spin-off series, we might see them. If it was a sort of like a CBBC one, because they seem to fit that more. Obviously, they used them a few times in Sarah Jane, didn't they?
And also, they were rumouring that there could be a Paternoster drama.
Yeah.
A spin-off.
Yeah.
with them in for CBBC or something.
I mean, some people aren't very happy about having a Sontaran as a goodie anyway, are they?
No, I liked Strax's character.
I think some people feel that it sort of ruined them as a villain because they didn't see that they would ever actually be good. But it works well. He's a good comedy character, isn't it?
Yeah,
and it's difficult to take a potato head seriously anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like if a banana type creature came up to you with a banana head and he's like, hello, would you like a banana? It's hard to take it seriously.
It would, although I would watch a banana head one. I guess we did have, with Sylvester McCoy, we did have the Licorice Awesome Man, didn't we?
Oh yeah, Candyman.
I guess if you've got Candyman, you could have anything effectively, couldn't you? Okay. The next quiz or question.
What?
Okay. How many two-parters have there been in New Who?
What special effect should we do this time?
I'd say something deep and booming.
Okay. Question! Okay, that's deep and booming.
Although I would have thought that was a quiz. So I'd say there's an answer.
Oh yeah,
to that.
you didn't say quiz or question,
No.
so I pressed the wrong button too. Quiz!
Right.
Okay, right.
Okay, what do you think then? Two-parters. How many?
Oh yeah. So the first two-parter was the Aliens of London / World War III.
Mhm.
Then you got the Empty Child, the Doctor Dancers. I can't really be bothered to do all these.
I was just wondering how many there are. I mean, what number are there? What do you think? How many? Have there been many of them? There was these couple in the first series, wasn't there? Was there any? Was there any in the David Tennant era? I guess there was, wasn't there? We watched one in the David Tennant, didn't we?
Yeah.
So quite a lot then is your answer.
Yeah, quite a lot. Most of them were one-parters, but some of them, like 3 two-parters a series, probably usually.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We've also got this question here. Which celebrity would you most like to see appear in Doctor Who?
Good question. That's really hard though. Who would you like to see in Doctor Who?
Well, Ade Edmondson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to see someone that's a Doctor Who fan.
Yeah.
But I don't know who it could be. Because Doctor Who fans, if you're a Doctor Who fan, then you're a really great part. Pick Capaldi's great. I'm sure Frank Skinner will be great.
Yeah.
All the people. Yeah. When you're a fan of Doctor Who, it boosts your performance in the program.
Yeah.
But do you have any other? Who do you think Ade Edmondson could play? A bad guy, the Doctor, or a companion?
Perhaps a zany scientist.
Well,
Or
yeah.
something like that, I would think. The other one, of course, it has been in it, would be Brian Blessed. But
Yeah.
I think they should bring Brian Blessed back again.
Yeah, King Yukonos again. Yeah. Perry could come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got another one here.
Okay.
It says, we saw in Listen a short clip of the War Doctor. Do we think that's going to be a recurring theme throughout the rest of Series 8? Quiz or question? That's a question.
Yeah. What theme? What sound effect?
Something short, something quick.
I've done it.
Oh, it was quick. Okay.
You couldn't even hear it. It was so quick.
So what do you think? Recurring theme or not?
No, I don't think so. I don't really get that question, to be honest.
You don't get it? Well, what it's saying is, do we think we'll be seeing the War Doctor anymore in Series 8?
No,
You don't
I
think so?
don't think we will. We might be seeing Tom Baker again.
I think so.
There are rumours.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That would be really loud for everyone that was listening. It would have sounded like there was an earthquake. I don't know. I wonder. I think we will find out something a little bit more about that whole sequence that we saw in Listen, where we found out that about the baby doctor.
Yeah.
I think there'll be at least one more bit of War Doctor footage. I don't know what it'll be or how it'll link in, but I think we'll see it.
I think, some of those scenes when it shows something, like that moment, when it just shows it really quickly, and then you just see stuff that are actually in it, which you never noticed before. Yeah, I think maybe that little doctor scene, the end of Listen, will be actually one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be, actually.
Okay, 2 more questions, I think.
Or quizzes, possibly.
2 more questions or quizzes.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
Okay. First up is this one says, will we see Davros ever again?
Is that a quiz or a question?
I'd say that's a question.
What do you want now?
I want something which sounds a bit vibrating.
So it was a question.
Yeah.
Question. Sounds like a polar bear. Polar bear, I mean.
So what do you think? Davros, yay or nay?
Yes.
You think we will?
I thought he was going to be
series?
in Into the Dalek. No, I don't think this series.
Nah, I don't think so either.
But next, series 9, I think he'll return. Do you
Yeah.
think he'll return?
I think he will return.
Yeah.
I'm not sure necessarily he'll return within a Stephen Moffat story.
Yeah. Do you think he'll return in a Peter Capaldi story?
Depends on whether Capaldi stays on at a point when Moffat's gone. No, I don't think so. I don't think we'll see him for a while now.
Maybe the 15th Doctor could meet him, or the 14th or whatever, or the 13th or whatever you call it.
Yeah. Okay, and the final one, the final quiz or question today is, what is your favourite Doctor Who theme tune?
Okay.
That's a question, I would say, because there's no exact answer.
Question.
Was that you doing a sound effect, or was that you actually replicating your favourite theme tune?
It wasn't my favourite. It was just a mime of the theme tune.
So all through the years, my favourite is probably still to this day the Tom Baker theme tune.
It's a classic.
Because it's a classic, and it's because it's the one I remember from when I was a child. I still always like it when the opening credits show the Doctor's face.
Yeah.
Really big.
Well, now it shows his eyes only.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to like these credits at the moment.
I am. I wasn't very keen on them when the first time I saw them, the new ones.
But I really like them now.
Yeah.
And I don't know what my favourite is.
Well, let's change the question a little bit and ask it the other way around. What's the worst, do you think?
Hard as well. What do you think?
The worst one, probably around the sort of Sylvester McCoy sort of time, because they have that sort of horrible tackiness.
Yeah, like then a white screen.
Yeah, it's just in these days. It's when they first started to get a little bit better at special effects and things, but not good enough, really.
If I turned on the screen now, I'd be doing weird things like.
If we actually had a webcam broadcasting live in the studio, everybody that was actually listening to this or watching it, as it would see your face occasionally in the screen. At other times, you'd just be bouncing around the room. You'd need to have like a sort of a moving camera, really, to keep up with it. You do bounce about a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think that was it for quiz or question this week.
Yeah, so if you have a quiz or a question, comment below.
If you want us to get a webcam so that you can see Lewis Moon bouncing around the room, comment below.
Another earthquake, I think. Oh so. No, it's coming.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, another earthquake.
So next week, what do we have?
We have our review on The Caretaker,
We do indeed.
which is on tonight at a later time of 8:30.
Probably because too many children are scared.
Oh, no, I think it's Strictly.
Yeah, I think it is.
Stupid Strictly.
What else do you think have we got next week?
I think we've got a Kill the Moon preview.
We'll have a Kill the Moon preview. We'll have some more news
Yeah.
from the Whoniverse.
And we'll have some more news on the Mysterious Mooniverse.
We will.
Another best of and another quiz and question.
So, thank you very much for listening to us this week.
Yes.
We'll see you next week. Enjoy yourself.
Bye.